It sucked growing up. I never had a souvenir that had my name on it from anywhere. And birds of a feather flock together. So my 3 oldest friends also have unusual names, including another Demaris. No, her parents didn't like her very much either. They were very excited when I moved to Flagstaff a couple years ago because they want to come and visit and go to the Grand Canyon. And I was like, cool. And then we can all waste time fruitlessly going around looking for things with our names on it. So who here remembers their very first apartment they moved into when they left their parents? Yeah, it was cool, right? No rules. Eating peanut butter right out of the jar, drinking milk right out of the milk carton, leaving our beds unmade for days. Yeah, that excitement lasted for me for about 2 weeks. I actually like a really nice made bed. Nice tight corners, the top nice and smooth with no wrinkles. I actually had a friend of mine one time ask me if I used to be in the military. I said no, I used to be institutionalized. Not really, but I did grow up with incredibly strict parents, which is basically the same thing. Last year I started therapy. Come to find out I'm a walking dumpster fire. I have no boundaries, inappropriate coping skills, daddy issues, and I'm medicated. And to top it off, this has been an incredibly tough year. Yeah. Who else here has found themselves thinking, how in the hell is this happening again? Right? And it's worse. So I read the other day that the guy who tried to assassinate the dumbass in chief was convicted and sentenced to a life in prison for missing. Until I decided that is an insult to Voldemort. So now I just call him the Orange Cheeto. The makeup and the hair. But frankly, I'm surprised that the MAGA cult puts up with the makeup and the hair products. Because isn't makeup and hair products the gateway drug to being a drag queen? I also read a few weeks ago that our lovely Secretary of Health, whom I refer to as Dr. Doom, has decided that kids don't need 17 vaccines, they only need 11. And he's turned our food pyramid upside down. Let's focus on red meat and dairy. And at first I was really angry. And then I decided Darwinism. Those of us who believe in science and healthy eating, we're golden. For everyone else, let's just say the United States is going to become a much less crowded place. I wake up every day and I'm like, okay, what's the damage report for today? I feel like we're living in the intersection of a Venn diagram, and our 3 circles are The Handmaid's Tale, Fahrenheit 451, and 1984. Yeah, it's been a bad year. Do I have any Midwesterners in the crowd? I'm from Indiana. Yeah! And like all Midwesterners, I don't know a stranger. I can stand in line at Disney, and by the time I get on the ride, I have 3 new Facebook friends and 5 new Instagram followers. And I was a pass holder for 6 years, so my social media looks like I'm a Disney influencer. But I'm not. But I actually am a very proud Disney adult. Disney adults, rock on.
I love your sweater.
Thank you.
You're a princess.
If you come to my house or my office, it looks like a Disney souvenir shop. 80% of my wardrobe is Disney themed. And regular adults walk into Magic Kingdom and say, wow, what a big castle. We walk in with tears pouring down sigh, we say, I'm home. But most importantly, we know the difference between Disneyland and Disney World. Right? All right. So Disneyland is the original, and it's in California. Disney World is Florida. Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, and Disney World is the most magical place on earth. And I was truly validated a few weeks ago. I had another Disney adult come to my house, and they walked in the door and went, holy shit. I was like, told you. Pretty sure that being a Disney adult is what's keeping me sane right now. I mentioned, starting therapy. Another reason I started is because I used to be a stripper. And I became a librarian to get out of that life, only to discover that being a librarian and being a stripper is very much the same. Let me explain. So both go around asking old white men for money. Stripper goes table to table, and a librarian goes legislator to legislator. Both have to kick drunk guys out of the building. Both get hit on by creepy guys. Both workplaces have things that you can see, things that you can touch, and things locked away that you can't see or touch. Both professions involve copious amounts of glitter. And librarians, we call glitter the herpes of craft supplies because you ain't getting rid of that shit. And most importantly, we have to tell customers that they can't masturbate in the building. I wish I was making that one up. But therapy has really been helping. She had me start journaling, and my journal reads like a handbook of daddy issues. We've started working on boundaries, and I was told that throat punching someone for not respecting your boundaries is not appropriate behavior. I know, I was so sad. And booking a Disney trip every time I'm sad is not an appropriate coping skill. Thank you, that's it for me on today.